So what's there to do in the summer in Lafayette? So I thought that we would talk today about summer camps, and I've picked 3 different ones to talk about. So first off, we've got Imagination Station. So Imagination Station is Lafayette's Science Museum, Children's Museum. It's right here in town. Bring up the map here. You can see it's actually right here on Cincinnati Street on Cincinnati, and that'd be 654. That's 3rd Street, Cincinnati and 3rd right there. It's a pretty cool facility. I don't want to oversell it. I don't want to undersell it either. I mean, it's really, really hard to compare children's museums to anything like the Indianapolis Children's Museum down in Indy. It's, the top children's museum in the country. So like any comparison is really not fair. But this is 2 floors of science and technology exploration here in the Lafayette area. And they put on some really great programming. But this summer, they have several camps. Here, I'll bring up their flyer so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. So they have a series of camps here in the coming weeks. And I'm talking about summer camps in the concept of something for kids to do in the summer. Not childcare for the entire summer, not taking care of somebody, for months at a time. These are just some fun activities. Some of them are a few days, some of them are a week. But you can see they've got astronaut camp from June 10th through 12th. So that's Monday to Wednesday. Younger kids 5 to 7 in the morning, 9 a.m. to noon, and older kids 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. in the afternoon. It's a pretty sweet deal. It's only $75 if you're a member and $85 if you're not a member. And their memberships are not that expensive. I don't have that number in front of me. So if you're into space, astronaut camp, art camp in July, Monday, Tuesday, July 8th and 9th from 9 to 3 for ages 6 to 11. So they're going to work on some henna and some collages, sculpture, figure drawing, making art using science. That's an interesting concept. What do we think about that? Art and science together? I mean, you really can't separate the two. And then we've got science camp towards the end of July, Monday and Tuesday, July 29th and 30th from 9 to 3 for ages 7 to 11. You're doing some cool stuff there and some not so cool stuff. Sorry, frogs and snakes are not really my thing, but again, that's just a really great deal. And, they're right here in town. So if you're looking for something to do that's pretty affordable for a multi-day summer camp activity, go check that out. So that's Imagination Station. Next, we're going to talk about Camp Tumseh. Camp Tumseh is a camp that's run by the YMCA, and it's just a little north of town. Here's the map, and Camp Tumseh is located just off of Springboro Road here on the Tippecanoe River. That is a half-hour drive from Lafayette. From my house, it's a 10 to 15-minute drive. It is not far away at all. And it is a camp with just an absolutely sterling reputation in every sense of the word, in programming and staff and facilities. And one of the reasons that I'm hesitant to talk about it is because it is so popular. It is really, really, really hard to get into. The moment they open their bookings, they book up right away. And they're pretty much already booked up and have, long wait lists for the entire summer already. Now, that being said, I wanted to talk about it because it is such a cool camp, and it's worth getting on the wait list. And you'll know about it for next year as well. I mean, they've already got postings on their website talking about what 2025 is going to look like. But here, let's take a browse through some stuff here. And while we're doing that, remember, hit that subscribe button. Help us out. So this is a picture of the waterfront area on the Tippecanoe River. And, you can see they've got all the paddle sports. They've got canoes and kayaks and stand-up paddle boards. It's a really, really cool place. I'm just going to scroll down. I'm not going to talk about it all in detail, but this is their main building. I mean, it's like, an old-timey town on the inside. Got Native American style canoes hanging from the ceiling. And their facilities are just second to none. Their dining hall, their meeting rooms, their cabins. I mean, it's not roughing it by any means. It's more glamping than camping, but it is a great way for kids to get away and have some fun in the summer. Just gonna scroll down here. I mean, we're looking at meeting rooms here. So there's the dining hall. And I'm going to keep scrolling down. I want to show you some of the cabins. But there are just so many facilities here at this place. I mean, look at those light fixtures. Those are actually kind of my style. I might go take some of those and hang them in my living room. Might bump my head into them quite a bit, but that's all right. Scrolling. Got the moose head on the fireplace. I understand if taxidermy is not your thing, but it definitely does fit the aesthetic of this room. But anyway, lots and lots of facilities. I'm going to scroll fast here. So just hang on. Actually, I'm going to come back to me while I scroll fast. You guys don't need to watch that. Let's go to the cabins. Yeah. So here you go. This is the front of a cabin. Like I said, glamping, not camping. Bunk beds with mattresses, not really roughing it by any means. Large attic fans to turn air over in the summer, heat in the winter. So, and then let's check out their program areas a little bit. So look at that rock wall, and they've got the zip lines. I mean, the water activities. We've already looked at that. Of course, you got the mandatory summer camp pool. Now, the cool thing about Camp Tecumseh is they actually run programming all year long, and you can actually have like a family getaway. We'll talk about that more some other time, but, obviously not during the summer when they're busy with all this programming. But, if you want to go have a getaway for your summer, for your family, you can actually do that during the year. Now, of course, the YMCA, is a faith-based organization. I mean, the word Christian is in the name. So, they do touch on faith there. So, if that's not your thing, I understand. I always get a kick out of the name of their climbing tower, Mount Wood. Really interesting climbing tower, routes for various ability types. Just really, really cool. So that's some of their facilities. They've got the ropes course. Archery. You have a rifle range if you're into such things. Now, one of the things that Tecumseh is really, really known for are their horses. Not many summer camps can have horse farms, and you can actually get your fill of horses in as part of your summer camping here at Tecumseh. All right, so, I hope I've sold you on how cool Camp Tecumseh is. Just checking here to make sure I haven't missed anything. There's a giant suspension bridge. Everybody want to go jump on the suspension bridge? All right. Now, let's talk dates, availability, pricing, and that sort of things. So they have options for overnight. They have options for equestrian, And they have options for day camp. The overnights are ages 8 to 15. Equestrian summer camps are ages 11 to 15. And day camp is ages 5 to 12. Boys overnight, and they do it basically weekly. Here's the schedule for boys overnight. You can see we have June 9th through 15th, and again the 16th, and on and on and on. And you see they're all waitlisted. I admit it's not cheap. It's $850. But consider for a moment, that's about about $120 some dollars per day. You would normally pay that for just a hotel. So it's not cheap, but man, what you get for the money, it's pretty amazing. So boys overnight, and then they run the girls overnight concurrently. They just, of course, the boys and girls have separate cabin areas. Also $850. The equestrian camps that run through the same time are an extra $100, $950 each. And the day camp is a steal of a deal at only $195. So that's definitely a deal where you get all of the activities, most of the activities, but you don't have to worry about the extra price and staying overnight. So that's Camp Tumseh. It's really cool. You should go check it out. The next one that I wanted to talk about and is, I'm going to pull that up on the map, but Colombian Park Zoo. It is right in Lafayette, right in the middle of Lafayette. I mean, it is the heart of Lafayette, essentially. It's really, really cool that we have an urban zoo. And, there's not lions and tigers and giraffes. And, I should really have my boys here to talk you through, the animals that they do have. But it's a really cool zoo for our community. But they have summer camps. And I'm fighting my technology here. I can't talk amongst yourselves. Have some coffee. See if I can't get this window to move for me. There it goes. Excellent. Too many windows open. See what happens when I'm trying to manage everything myself? I think I may have closed the wrong window. Nope, there it is. Colombian Park Zoo has a series of summer camps, and they are 5-day camps, 9 a.m. to noon. What do you guys think about Colombian Park? Pretty cool place. 9 a.m. to noon for the younger set. And that younger set is ages 5 to 7. And then 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. for ages 8 to 11. So they have sessions starting June 3rd and then running every week through the end of summer. Looks like the last session ends on August the 9th. What's for dinner camp? Did you ever wonder what the zookeepers feed the animals? We'll study how animals find and catch their meals in the wild and try our hand at preparing a zoo diet. Only $125. Most of these are $125. So that's ages 5 to 7. They have Zoo Clues Camp, Peekazoo Trainer Camp. Yeah, their education programs really are fantastic. I know my boys enjoy every one of them they've ever been to. Dinosaur Roar Camp for ages 5 to 7. Travel back in time to the days when dinosaurs roamed the earth. We'll learn about dinosaurs by studying their living relatives, modern reptiles and birds. Animal transformers. That's a cool one. Explore how animals change and grow. They're going to study life cycle, seasonal changes, and how animals respond to danger. So those are all ages 5 to 7s that I've read through so far. Let's go check out some of the ages 8 to 11. Mysterious Planet Camp, Camp Hippo. You're going to explore how we can save wildlife by solving the 5 major threats to wildlife biodiversity, which can be remembered using the mnemonic device Hippo, Hippo. That sounds like fun. Zumanji Unboard Games. This one is $225. Most of the ages 8 to 11 are $225. Of course, you're getting double the amount of time because you're there all the way to 4 p.m. Boredom is no fun for anyone, including animals. We'll spend a week learning about the importance of an enrichment for zoo animals, pets, and people too. Campers will play a variety of games and game styles. Facilitated by zoo staff, they will also build enrichments for both Colombian Park Zoo animal residents and for their families at home. I mean, that sounds like a good time. I kind of want to do that. They have zoo camps for adults. AI, Animal Intelligence Camp. Sounds like fun. So that is a third choice. Now, I have one more bonus for you. I was going to talk about 2, but I'm going to talk about 3. But next one, remember, hit that subscribe button. I have a little bit of a personal interest in this next one that I'm going to talk about, but that's okay. It's my show, so I can have a personal interest in it. I mean, really, I have a personal interest in all of this. I am pulling it up. I want to have it in front of me because despite the fact that I'm helping part of it. We have a bonus one, and that is Cub Scout Day Camp. Now, this one comes with a little bit of a caveat. You have to be a registered Cub Scout in order to attend. But if you're not a registered Cub Scout, you can become a Cub Scout. We're going to be out at Cary Camp, and let me pull up my map and show you where Cary Camp is. So a lot of Cub Scout councils only have one campsite, and they tend to be really far away. Here's ours. This is the location of Cary Camp. I'm showing you the trading post right here, but this is camp all around here. There's a lot of green around it. South Fork of the Wildcat River right here, but I'm going to zoom out. You ready? Here we go. Check this out. Cary Camp is just east of the East Side Mire. Here's I-65. Here's 26. I always tell my Cub Scout parents when they come out and camp with us for the first time, it's a great introduction to camping. There's a Starbucks right around the corner if you got to get your coffee fix and if you forget something at home. But this gives you kind of the feel of wilderness, but it's super close to town. So we're going to have all sorts of activities. We're going to have hiking. We're going to have range sports. We're going to have slingshots. We're going to have fishing. The older Cub Scouts are going to cook for themselves in a solar oven. You guys are probably tired of looking at the map. We have a lot of fun activities planned out there. We're going to do swimming. So this is going to be, I should have this memorized by now, but I don't. June 17th through the 21st from 8:30 in the morning to 4 o'clock in the evening, $200 per scout. And we're going to have some before and after care available as well. So it's kind of a great option here in town. So if you're involved in Cub Scouts, if you're thinking about getting involved in Cub Scouts, this is a great fun opportunity for you. So there you go. We've talked about 4 different summer camps. We've covered Imagination Station, the science center here in town. We've talked about Camp Tecumseh, which is just an amazing YMCA-sponsored camp just a little north of town. We've talked about Colombian Park Zoo here in Lafayette. And as a bonus, we talked about Cub Scout Day Camp at Cary Camp. So I hope you have found this week's episode interesting. If you're looking for home here in the Lafayette area, I'd love to chat with you about your needs, and as you can tell, I really love this area, and we've got a great team at Properties to help you out with that sort of thing. Take a moment, hit that subscribe button, push the like button if you don't mind, and check out our content on our channel. We have all sorts of interesting videos about Lafayette, both about things going on around town, interesting places in town. Of course, there's some real estate stuff. So if you want to find out a little bit more about real estate, whether it's theoretical real estate stuff, or if you want to find out a little more about homes in the area, there's some pretty cool home tours. Go subscribe and check it